Every day, I wake up to the news, and it feels like the world is on fire, literally. Wildfires rage across the West, floods devastate the Midwest, and hurricanes batter the East Coast. It's hard not to feel overwhelmed. This isn't just about the weather. It's about our future. For many young people in the United States, climate anxiety is becoming a real mental health challenge. Why are we feeling this way? It's simple. We're witnessing the effects of climate change firsthand. We see our communities affected, our homes threatened, and our ecosystems collapsing. It's like watching a slow-motion disaster unfold, and we're stuck in the front row. The uncertainty of what's next. Will my town be the next to flood? Will my family be safe? Creates a constant state of stress. This anxiety isn't just a personal struggle. It's a collective experience. Studies show that young people are more likely to feel hopeless about the future. We're inheriting a planet that feels increasingly unstable, and that's a heavy burden to carry. It's not just about feeling sad. It's about feeling powerless. But here's the thing, we're not powerless. One way to combat this anxiety is through community action. When we come together, we can make a difference. Joining local environmental groups, participating in cleanup efforts, or advocating for policy changes can help us feel more in control. It's empowering to know that our voices matter and that we can influence the world around us. Education is another powerful tool. Understanding the science behind climate change helps demystify it. When we know what's happening, we can better prepare and adapt. Schools and universities are starting to incorporate climate education into their curriculums, which is a step in the right direction. Knowledge is power, and it can help alleviate some of that anxiety. Mindfulness practices can also play a crucial role. Taking time to breathe, meditate, or simply step outside can ground us. It's essential to find moments of peace amidst the chaos. Connecting with nature, even in small ways, can remind us of the beauty still present in the world. Finally, let's talk about hope. It's easy to feel despair, but we must remember that change is possible. Innovations in renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, and conservation efforts are gaining momentum. Young people are leading the charge, pushing for a greener, more sustainable future. We have the power to shape our world, and that's something to hold on to. While climate anxiety is real and valid, it doesn't have to define us. By taking action, educating ourselves, practicing mindfulness, and fostering hope, we can navigate this challenging landscape together. We're not just the generation that worries, we're the generation that acts. And that's where our strength lies. Climate anxiety is something that many of us are grappling with today. It's not a medical diagnosis. Rather, it's an emotional response to the overwhelming reality of climate change. When we hear about rising temperatures, melting ice caps, and extreme weather events, it can feel like a dark cloud hanging over us. Research shows that nearly 70% of young Americans are worried about climate change. That's a staggering number. And it's not just a passing concern. For about 40% of these individuals, this anxiety seeps into their daily lives, affecting their mental health, their relationships, and even their career choices. Think about it. It's not just about the planet we live on. It's about our sense of safety. It's about the future jobs we hope to secure, the homes we dream of owning, and the families we want to raise. Every time we see a news report about wildfires or hurricanes, it's a reminder that our world is changing and not necessarily for the better. This anxiety can manifest in various ways. Some people might feel paralyzed, unable to take action because the problem seems so vast and insurmountable. Others might channel their fear into activism, trying to make a difference in their communities or on a larger scale. But regardless of how we respond, the underlying emotions are real and valid. It's important to acknowledge that feeling anxious about climate change is a natural reaction. We care about our future and the future of generations to come. It's a reflection of our deep connection to the planet and our desire for a stable, secure life. So, what can we do about it? First, we can educate ourselves. Understanding the science behind climate change can empower us to make informed decisions. Second, we can engage with our communities. Whether it's participating in local cleanup efforts or advocating for policy changes, every action counts. Lastly, we must remember to take care of our mental health. It's okay to feel overwhelmed, but we shouldn't let that anxiety consume us. Finding a balance between awareness and action can help us navigate these feelings. Climate anxiety is a complex emotional response, but it also serves as a call to action. It reminds us that we have the power to create change, not just for ourselves, but for the planet and future generations. Let's channel that anxiety into something positive and work together to build a more sustainable world. Imagine being in college, full of dreams and plans for the future, when suddenly you hear scientists warn us that by 2050, extreme heat waves will be the norm. It's a chilling thought, right? This isn't just about the planet. It's about our lives, our aspirations, and our mental health. Every day, we're bombarded with headlines about climate disasters, wildfires, hurricanes, floods. It's hard not to feel overwhelmed. These aren't just news stories. They're a reality we're facing. The financial pressure is real too. Climate change is driving up insurance costs, making housing less affordable, and creating job instability. How can we focus on our futures when we're worried about whether we can even afford to live in a safe place? And let's talk about social media. It's a double-edged sword. While it connects us, it also exposes us to a constant stream of climate crisis news. Scrolling through my feed, I see posts about melting ice caps and endangered species. It's like a never-ending reminder that the world is in trouble, and it's hard not to feel a sense of dread. This constant exposure can amplify our fears and anxieties, making it feel like we're living in a perpetual state of crisis. Then there's the weight of moral responsibility. We're told we need to fix this problem, but how can we when we feel so powerless? It's like being handed a puzzle with missing pieces. We want to make a difference, but the scale of the issue can leave us feeling paralyzed. It's frustrating to know that our generation is expected to solve problems that previous generations have created. This uncertainty seeps into every aspect of our lives. It affects our motivation. How can we plan for a future when we're not sure what that future will look like? It's hard to dream big when the world feels so fragile. The pressure to succeed, to make an impact, can be suffocating. We want to be the change makers, but the challenges seem insurmountable. And let's not forget about mental health. The anxiety stemming from climate change is real. It's not just about being eco-conscious. It's about grappling with the fear of what's to come. Many of us find ourselves questioning our choices, our careers, and even our worth. Are we doing enough? Are we doing the right things? In the midst of all this, we need to find ways to support each other. We need to talk about these feelings, share our fears, and work together to create solutions. It's okay to feel overwhelmed, but we can't let that stop us from taking action. We have the power to advocate for change, to push for policies that protect our planet, and to inspire others to join us. So, as we navigate this uncertain future, let's remember that we're not alone. We're part of a generation that cares deeply about the world we live in. Together, we can turn our fears into fuel for change. Let's channel our anxiety into action, our worries into advocacy, and our dreams into reality. The future may be uncertain, but our resolve doesn't have to be. Every night, I lie awake, scrolling through endless climate news, my mind racing. The weight of it all feels suffocating. I can't shake the guilt when I drive my car or grab a burger. It's like I'm contributing to the problem, and it eats away at me. I see the anger in my friends, the frustration with governments and corporations that seem indifferent. It's hard to focus on school or work when the future feels so uncertain. Sometimes, it feels like no matter what I do, it'll never be enough. That sense of helplessness can be overwhelming, and it's exhausting. Every day, we wake up to a world that feels increasingly unstable. The weight of climate change isn't just a distant concern. It's an emotional burden that many of us carry. Anxiety disorders are on the rise, and for good reason. The uncertainty of our planet's future can feel overwhelming, leading to a sense of helplessness. In therapy sessions, I hear stories of individuals grappling with eco-depression, a term that captures the despair many feel when they confront the reality of environmental degradation. It's not just about the polar bears or melting ice caps. It's about our own mental health. People are mourning the loss of ecosystems, species, and even the stability of their own communities. This grief is real and often unacknowledged. Then there's climate guilt. It's that nagging feeling that we're not doing enough, that our individual actions are insignificant in the grand scheme of things. We scroll through social media, seeing others advocate for change, and we can't help but feel inadequate. This guilt can paralyze us, making it harder to take action or even to enjoy the small moments of joy in our lives. Support groups are emerging, where people come together to share their feelings about climate change. They talk about their fears, their frustrations, and their hopes. These gatherings are vital. They remind us that we're not alone in this struggle. We're all navigating the same storm, and sometimes just being heard can lighten that emotional load. Students, too, are feeling the impact. Many are journaling their thoughts, pouring out their fears about the future. They write about the anxiety of not knowing what kind of world they'll inherit. It's a powerful act of processing, a way to confront those feelings head-on. Journaling can be a therapeutic outlet, helping to transform anxiety into action, fear into purpose. But let's not overlook community division. Climate change has become a polarizing issue, splitting communities apart. Instead of uniting for a common cause, we often find ourselves at odds, debating the validity of the science or the best course of action. This division only adds to the mental strain. It's exhausting to feel like you're fighting not just against climate change, but also against your neighbors. The emotional toll of climate change is profound. It's a crisis that extends beyond the physical environment. It seeps into our minds and hearts. Acknowledging this impact is the first step toward healing. We need to talk about it, to share our experiences, and to support one another. Only then can we begin to navigate this complex emotional landscape together. Climate anxiety is something many of us are grappling with these days. It's completely normal to feel worried about the future of our planet. Acknowledging those feelings is the first step. It's okay to feel anxious. Don't suppress it. Recognizing your emotions can actually be empowering. One thing that can amplify anxiety is doom scrolling. You know, that habit of endlessly scrolling through bad news on social media? It's exhausting. Taking breaks from that constant barrage of negativity can help clear your mind and reduce feelings of helplessness. Instead of getting lost in the news cycle, try to focus on what you can control. Taking action is a powerful antidote to anxiety. Consider joining local climate groups or volunteering for environmental initiatives. When you take part in collective efforts, you're not just sitting back and worrying. You're actively contributing to change. It's a way to channel your anxiety into something productive. Connecting with your community is also crucial. Talking with others who share your concerns can help reduce feelings of isolation. Whether it's friends, family, or local activists, sharing your thoughts and experiences can create a sense of solidarity. You're not alone in this. Many people feel the same way. And let's not forget about the small wins. Simple actions like recycling, reducing waste, or saving energy can make a difference. These small steps help you feel empowered and remind you that every bit counts. Celebrate those victories, no matter how minor they may seem. That if your anxiety feels overwhelming, seeking therapy can be incredibly beneficial. Many therapists now specialize in eco-anxiety and can provide you with tools to cope. It's important to prioritize your mental health, especially when the world feels heavy. Lastly, it's essential to balance your life. Don't let fear steal your present joy. Spend time in nature, practice mindfulness, or engage in activities that bring you happiness. Remember, it's about finding that equilibrium between awareness and living fully in the moment. When young people turn their fear into action, they often report feeling less anxious. The truth is, individual action may not solve everything, but collective action changes the game. Together, we can create a brighter future one step at a time. Climate anxiety is real, and it's completely valid. But feeling anxious doesn't mean we're hopeless. It shows we care deeply about our planet and our future. Instead of letting fear hold us back, let's channel that energy into action. We have the power to demand change, to protect our environment, and to build a world where young Americans can thrive. Together, we can transform our anxiety into a force for good, creating a sustainable future for generations to come. Let's get to work.